Thank you guys so much for joining this episode of The Construct, episode 9. We have a very special guest today. Connie, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know we've been trying to get this almost like 2 weeks now for this
Uh-huh.
interview. For those who may not know, I'm sure everyone does, but tell us who you are and what do you do?
Okay, so my name is Connie. I am the owner and the operator of Napoli Pizza in Lodi, New Jersey. We have a pretty big Instagram, Facebook, TikTok following. Um, it took off out of nowhere, but I'm literally just I've owned the business now on my own for like 20 years, but it was a family business. It's a small mom and pop shop in Lodi, New Jersey. It's just a regular pizzeria restaurant. And it's me and my son now, but it was always family. So that's it. So
Sorry about that. Yeah, and
okay.
it's funny. I found your page, I think sometime last year in 2024.
Mhm.
I think that's when you started to really go viral for it, right?
Yeah, we've been on, okay, so I've been on Instagram from, I want to say 2018, 2019, and then COVID hit. So I used to post on my own Instagram, and in New Jersey, for those not familiar, we like lost all indoor dining. I know, I'm pretty sure every place did, but in my case, once dining did come back, we weren't allowed to still do indoor dining, had to be outside only. And we're in a shopping center and we're in like a little mini mall. There's zero place other than the parking lot to be setting up tables. So our COVID literally was all like to go. So it was busy, but it was easier to keep track of our Instagram. And then in 2021 or 2022, no, 2020, oh, I think 2021.
Hmm.
Um, Jersey Media took it over. He's like a brother to me. He was one of my customers for years. He always kept saying, "Come on, let me do your media, let me do your media." And he ended up getting so he knows like my son, like both my kids grew up there. I had my daughter in October of 96 and we took over the pizzeria in October of 96. So literally both my kids were raised there.
I see.
And my son is like very competitive with me. So we had like a who made pizza the fastest and he won by like
Really?
2 seconds. And we were like talking to Joe about it and then he's been doing the media since then. Then we went on TikTok, I think 2023, and like the videos just started going crazy on TikTok. And so that was like the platform that was going crazy. And then like one video went viral on Instagram and that kind of, and like they're the most random videos to go viral
Hmm.
because they're literally me at work. Because Joe from Jersey Media literally lives right behind the pizzeria. So he would just always come in and he was always with his phone and would just ask me random questions, and those are the videos that go crazy. And this one was about like who's who's the best at pizza. I don't even know what the video was, but it went a little crazy, but that's how it kind of took off.
That's awesome. And one of the things I wanted to kind of ask you is there's a lot of content creators that really don't know how to go viral, and they're still trying to, push out content, but they don't
Hmm.
really look back on what they do and see, okay, this is something I need to change, and this is
Hmm.
something that's going to help me go viral faster and gain a
Hmm.
wider audience. Was there something in that process, when you were pushing content out with Jersey Media that allowed you to see, okay, wow, this is actually something that we can, or what do you think got you to go viral? Do you think it was the dynamic
So
between everyone there or
I
something
think
else?
it's something with the dynamic, but I also truly, to be honest with you, every video that's posted that's about just food or um business gets like a decent amount of views, but any video in where I am being authentically me goes insane. And when I tell you it's raw of the raw of the raw, like right now my hair is done. Like my hair is not done at work. It's 80 degrees in there in the summer.
Hmm.
Like there is no hair, there is no makeup, there is no looking my best. It's like I'm going there to work a 10, 11 hour shift. So I'm going there prepared to do my job. And those are the videos in where I am authentically being me and responding the way that I would respond if me and you were sitting or walking down the street just talking and you were one of my friends. Those are the videos that go viral. So as for being a content creator, I don't really consider myself one. Um, my videos go viral because I am genuinely me. I don't have time to be someone else. I don't have like not the time nor the capacity nor anything else to be anyone other than who I am. And when I come across genuinely who I am, whether it be sarcastic, whether it be like being nasty, whether it be complaining, whether I be whatever, those are the videos that truly, truly take off. And like we've just come to the realization, like we can post pizza, we can post. I mean, I have followers who took it to another level, but like we're gonna leave that there. But in general, most
Hmm.
of my followers are really, really cool people. And I think they continue watching and they continue supporting because I'm literally genuinely authentically me. And there are people that now come to the pizzeria to like see me or because they're in the area because they follow us or whatever. They're really cool people and they're like, wow, you are exactly the same. Like I don't have time to be someone that I'm not. First of all, I've never been fake and I do not have time to be someone that I'm not. I am going to show up there the way that I will always show up, and that's how I show up on video. So I don't know, I it's just me,
You know what?
sarcastic,
That
nasty, or whatever.
I love it. And one of the things that captured me about your content is you just seem so cool, laid back. Like you just seem like a friend, and that's one of the things that I
Yeah.
really appreciate about. Because I feel like a lot of content creators or even people that have businesses, they have to put on like a mask.
A front. Yeah. And I
Hmm.
don't even I've owned the business, like I've been there from 96. So I worked with my mom for 9 years and then we were on, it was me and my husband at the time from '05 to 2010. And then from 2010 to 2015, I've been there on my own. Um I've grown with these people. I was 22. I'm 51 now. So like
Really?
I have, yeah.
You look
Yeah.
you look way younger than that. I could tell you take
Thanks.
care of yourself. Just
Thank you.
Hmm.
It's all that work. No. Um, I've grown up with these people. Like these people have seen my kids from babies to adults. A lot of people, the town of Lodi is not a big town. Most people like stay in town. So it's like I've I've grown with these people and so they are friends. A lot of them become friends. A lot of them become like, work family. And so I I don't want to be something I'm not, nor somebody I'm not. Like even this whole, like I get approached a lot now, like I go to random places and they'll be like, "Oh, the pizzeria, right? Lodi." I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, I follow you." Like I'm in Walgreens, I'm in Walmart, I'm in the most random places, and they're like, "Pizzeria, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh my God, I follow you. You're like famous." I'm like, "Nah." I said, "I'm not. There's nothing famous. It's just yeah, yes, I own a pizzeria." And like really cool people, and they're like, "Oh wow, you're like a really cool person." Like I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. I will never be trying like so I think as authentic as I can be, like I am a friend. People come in there and they vent. My son sometimes is like, people just tell you everything. I'm like, I guess I feel like I make people feel comfortable enough for them to
Definitely.
talk to me.
Hmm.
So like I don't want to be someone different. You know what I mean?
Of
And
course.
I think the problem with media is it paints a picture of a false reality. And like most of the videos that go viral on me are me literally dealing with some nonsense that's going on at work. Like I think the video that hit like over 1 million on TikTok was when the Clover machine was trying to take me out. Like we
Hmm.
transferred our POS system
I remember.
and trying to learn the I'm like, this is gonna take me
I
out.
thought that
Like,
was so. Wait, that wasn't scripted at all.
no,
That
that was the lady in the video was with Clover trying to help us set up this system, and And like that last POS system I had for like over 10 years. So
Okay.
like I knew that from the back of my hand. Cause we went from old school writing tickets out, walking them to the kitchen to our other POS system, which wasn't as high tech. And then like that guy no longer was in business. So I had to kind of make a decision. Like if something goes wrong with this system, I'm going to be screwed.
Hmm.
So I had to change over, and like everyone was like, "Oh, go to Clover, it's easy." I don't know, easy for who, but that machine almost took me out for a good month and a half. So that was not scripted.
Okay.
He came in when me and this girl were trying to like literally figure out different things on it because it wasn't working. It was just not like tickets weren't going in the back. It was a nightmare. And my media guy Joe walked in while this was happening, recorded me, saw and that like hit like a million views. So it's like I said, like that wasn't scripted. That was really me trying to throw the machine outside because I was so over it.
Hmm.
And I'm just as authentic. Like I'm myself. Like it, don't like it. Like people are like, oh, she wears the same clothes. I'm like, that's my uniform. Like
Exactly.
I have a uniform. That is like certain companies have different uniforms. That's my uniform. If I'm in white, I'll be dirty within 5 minutes that I walk into the place. Black works. We're all in black, and that's our uniform. So I don't really go there. Um, like it's a fashion show. It's my job. And it's
Exactly.
like, yeah, and like I do a lot of work there. So there's 60, 70 hour weeks that I pull there. So I'm not going there for fashion. Like
Yeah.
that's not my industry right now.
One day in the
One
future,
day,
we'll
one
see.
day.
And it's funny you mentioned that because you kind of answered a couple of my questions I was going to ask you already about Lodi. Because I've been to Jersey.
Okay.
I grew up in Pennsylvania. I live in North Carolina now, but I've been to
Okay.
Lodi because Lodi is kind of close by like Garfield and
Correct. Correct.
Paramus and all that stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And if I was still in that area, I would, drive to make sure I could get one of your pizzas because the food looks delicious.
Thank
And
you.
of course, and my question was, what does Lodi, uh, mean to you? Um, living in that. Oh, I'm assuming you lived in Lodi like most of your life, or.
No, I'm actually not from Lodi. I've been in Lodi in the business for 29 years. So to me, it's like my home. I think I'm in Lodi more than I'm in the town that I live in.
Mhm.
I didn't grow up there, but most of the people in Lodi did grow up there.
I see.
So it's like either they became teachers or their kids are now in the school. So it's kind of like a town. It's really a small town. When we first took over the pizzeria, the area was highly, highly populated with the Italian people.
Especially in Jersey, right?
Yeah, especially
Hmm.
Jersey, especially like that area. And then like the demographic changed a little. And the way we can tell the demographic changed is by like the type of pizzas now that people ask for. Like it's
Hmm.
like really crazy. When we first started, Napoli has like two signature pizzas. One's called the Primavera pizza and one's called the Old Fashioned. They are like a Sicilian style pizza. The Primavera is like a plum tomato basil onion sauce.
Mm.
No cheese goes on the pizza. And then the Old Fashioned is the plum tomato basil and garlic sauce. No cheese goes on the pizza. When I tell you when we first started in 96, you could not keep those pizzas as slices. Like they would just go like crazy.
Wow.
Now they're only made per request. So it's like now what's really popular is like chicken bacon ranch, margarita, buffalo, like these crazy, not crazy, but like a lot going on a pizza, like barbecue chicken, chicken Caesar salad, like those are like the pizzas now so like the whole demographics changed, like the whole things just changed, and like seeing it's kind of crazy. Like I said, from 96 to now, like the massive amounts of changes are insane. I mean, we used to be highly there was a lot of Italian people, definitely not the same. But I mean, it's
And
not
did you?
it's just you could just tell by the food choices, like it's a whole different like it used to be like real basic, like plain pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, veggie, white. Um, like even Hawaiian was is not like that long that Hawaiian's been a
Yeah.
thing. Cause like the whole
Mhm.
pineapple controversy
I
of putting it
remember.
on pizza. Like the controversy that pineapple hit with the pizza, and I'm like, it's not that serious. It's actually pretty good. Um, but like those, like it used to be very your basic pizzas, like your plain, your pepperoni, your sausage, your mushroom, your veggie, your white, Sicilian, and then those two. That was like your spread in the showcase. Now it's like, yeah, you still have those, but if you don't have like margarita, if you don't have Hawaiian, if you don't have chicken bacon ranch, if you don't have buffalo, if you don't have barbecue, people are like, oh, no this, no that. So the whole way, like the whole pizza business changed completely. There's no more like basic.
Yeah. You're making me hungry right now, Connie. Like,
Sorry.
all I had today was some Chipotle earlier. That was like
I
early in the
love
day.
Chipotle.
Yeah, I'm trying to like lose weight, and that's like my go-to right now.
I love Chipotle.
What's your go-to meal at Chipotle?
I like the bowl with steak, white rice, guacamole, cheese, and some lettuce. Oh, and sour cream.
Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the early days because you explained a lot. That was um, it reminded me a lot of why I love like Jersey and New York so much because I was born in New York,
Okay.
and I, you know, firmly believe that because now that I live in the South, pizza here is nothing compared to what we
How
got in the
long are
North.
you in North Carolina?
I moved here last year in August.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I moved down here, I was hoping to find one spot that is even remotely close, and nothing. You know, nothing
I
at all.
think more like those areas are like the chain places, right? Like Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, like stuff like that
Yeah.
is more of the thing, like the chain.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of people that come from this area that try and go to the South and make pizza, but they say it still doesn't taste the
I
same.
think it's the water. I don't know
It's
what
the
it
water.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either the water that because the thing with pizza as well, fun fact, when you make dough, the weather affects it. So the weather affects if you're using warm water or cold water.
Hmm.
The weather affects whether you're letting it proof a little bit more than not. The weather affects it with the sugar intake, the salt intake. Like, so the heat outside definitely changes how you're making the dough.
I see.
So you have to kind of adapt. So I definitely think the water is it, and I definitely think the weather.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to ask you about like the early days of running Napoli Pizza. What were like, because you said since 96,
Six.
right? What were like some of the biggest challenges back then?
Um, I think some of the challenges are the same challenges we have now. It's just now like the expenses are like quadrupled versus back then. Like pizza was probably one of the cheapest things to make, which was why it was so easy to sell cheap.
Hmm.
But I think a lot of the challenges is staff. Staffing is not the easiest. Thank God, with the grace of God, right now I have a decent staff. My chef is with me 20 years, so
Wow.
he is like my backbone
Hmm.
because he runs the whole kitchen. Like if he, whatever they need, they tell me, but he's very in control of what goes on there, what's being made, what's being like, I never really have to check him on anything. My prep guy is there with me now a couple years, 3 years. He's great too. That is probably one of the hardest positions to keep, preparation, because it's kind of like, certain people want to move up from there, which is cool, but it's one of the hard, and then it's like you got to retrain somebody how to make your sauce, make your dough, like make your product the way that you want your product. And my chef is really like particular how he wants his things done because it's got to be consistent,
Hmm.
and consistency is key. So definitely staffing is the same issue we had back then that you still have now. um what else? I mean, your local, your normal expenses like that. fluctuates. It's like it's really not people. I think a franchise or your bigger spots are easier to run than a small mom and pop place because
Interesting.
your corporations have they have like procedures, they have, SOs, they have all of that. And there's people that are there just producing those for everything to run a certain way. Most small businesses are being run by the owner.
Hmm.
It's like you have to wear 3,000 different hats, and there's not enough time to do all of that. So I think running a small business, it's just now from back then to now. I think back then was simpler because you didn't have media,
Hmm.
you didn't have such a huge platform that everybody has an opinion.
Right.
Um, like back then it was like if you they didn't like you, okay, it might have been word of mouth that like you might have told your friends like, oh, I didn't like their pizza or their pizza wasn't good or I had this and that experience. But now you could just write anything for free. And it's like that person reading it has to have the discernment. So I definitely think it was the challenges like with staffing and stuff like that and expenses and cost of running a business are the same. But I think it was easier then because media wasn't what it is now. Like now it's all about media and
Yeah.
what your place appears to look like on media. And I think back then, word of mouth was really more of how things ran.
Yeah. And so do you feel like the increased attention, through social media made things harder or
I
easier?
definitely do. I definitely think it
Okay.
made it harder. I think it made it harder because it gives now everyone a platform, and certain
Hmm.
people don't need a platform. To be perfectly honest with you, and that's not even to be rude or like you might not like something but I might like something, so
Hmm.
why is my review might destroy your business when 10 other people might like the what you're complaining about.
Right.
So I think it just gives everyone a platform, and I understand that it can be beneficial, but I don't think it's always beneficial because it's like sometimes like back then if you didn't like something we were producing, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call me and you're going to say I didn't like X, Y, and Z.
Hmm.
Like how are you going to rectify the situation? Because it can be swapped out, we can get you something else, we can refund you your money, we can still do that all, we can still do all of that now. The problem is they don't even call the stores, they just put a review.
Hmm.
So you're not even giving the store a chance to rectify whatever issue you do have.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the change is. I don't think it's always beneficial media. Clearly, it's the world we live in. Also with like all these ordering platforms like Uber Eats, Grubhub, all of that. Like and we have them because and we have our own drivers plus like that, but it's like the level of not wanting to pick up the phone
Yeah.
now is
Right.
crazy. It's crazy that you prefer to pay like $5 more because you don't want to pick up the phone and place an order.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy to me.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about because you know, do you know? I forgot what was that food critic. I think his name is Keith Lee.
Mhm.
And every time he reviews a restaurant, that restaurant instantly gets a lot of
Mhm.
attention, very and more viral, right? But it seems like the attention that you got. I'm sure like business started going a lot more busier after
Um.
we went viral, right?
The problem is why it's going viral is not for food. Like
Hmm.
it's like we had a great review. Kevin. Oh my gosh. Terrible. I forgot his last name, but he reviewed like our food. He gave us a great review. Great. It was wonderful. And I actually was tagged on it on TikTok and I didn't even know at the time. And I was dealing with something else at work. So it was like, it definitely made my day. But it does, it does help the businesses. But then what happens is like, I think it helps in the beginning, but then it also like it'll trickle down. Like we have the same thing too, but I have like people calling for like random reasons. But it
Mhm.
helps, but then there's like also the flip side of it. There's not
Yeah.
always like a beneficial, like, because now again, if someone doesn't get a good review, that's also that person's opinion, you know?
Mhm.
It's just another human's opinion. So I think again, media is good, but it's sometimes at the detriment of the businesses as well.
Yeah. One thing I noticed from this conversation is that you don't it's not that you sound bitter, I'm not saying this, is I get the sense that the attention kinda you seem kinda, like, over it at this point, you know?
Yeah, I'm over. You know what it is? I'm over the attention of why
Mhm.
my videos go viral. Cause
Of course.
like
Yeah.
because it gets taken like too far. Cause
Mhm.
okay, like all right, I get it to a certain point, but like my looks definitely are this part of my business.
Right.
Like, and then it's like everything that goes along with it. Like people are accusatory of like, oh, that's what they're trying to sell. Like if that was my intention, I definitely wouldn't be there looking the way that I do 98% of the time.
Mhm.
Number one. Number two, I have two kids. Like, yes, they're grown, but like certain people cross lines when they make certain comments. And I
Yeah.
get it. Like, I get it. It's media. And again, it gives everybody a platform. But there's also a level of like if I feel, and I know this is if I was a man,
Mhm.
none of this would have transpired.
Right.
They would have given them props because he's a
Mhm.
man
Right.
and his business is, like for me, it turned into a different avenue. And that's where like, I'm just like, you
Yeah,
know,
and it's sad because we live in an age, and it's sad because on TikTok I see a lot. I know exactly what you're talking about.
hmm
Like because what like what they say, sex sells, and
hmm
women, guys are just be thirsty and
hmm
whatnot, right? Because on TikTok I see a lot of women, posing a certain way to promote their business and whatnot, and you who's just trying to, just
like I'm
endorse your
literally just
business.
being myself
Exactly, just
and
being yourself, and then now they're putting you in that
right,
same category, and that's not
right.
fair. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not fair because if that's what my goal was, trust me, I would not look the way that I look in 90% of my videos. Like
Mhm.
I am literally there working, like at my worst at times because it's hot or I'm tired or whatever the case is. I just pulled like two double shifts and it's like that's the only thing you're focusing on.
Mhm.
And like I don't comment back because I'm not
You don't wanna
I'm not
entertain
gonna.
them. Yeah,
No,
they
I'm
shouldn't.
not entertaining that.
Mhm.
But it's like if I was a man, I can guarantee you that it would be a whole different trajectory of how that went.
Of
So it's
course.
kind of just like if someone's doing that, if like a woman's choosing to do that, that's her prerogative. But like you cannot lump all women in the same category of that's what they're trying to do or that's what they're trying where they're trying to take their business because
Mhm.
like that hasn't gotten me where I am in 29 years.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, what makes Napoli pizza stand out from other pizzerias in New Jersey?
um well, I mean in our area there's only two of us or three at this point who have been there for the amount of years that we're there because longevity of a pizzeria is not very common anymore. The same owner, most pizzerias are sold after like 10 years. Some don't even make it 10 years.
Mhm.
But it's a business that is hard on you. It's taxing on your body. It's a lot. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of mental. Like we're there 51 years. I'm there 29 of them,
Mhm.
but my aunt and uncle were there prior to that. So 51 years in the same location speaks volumes. There's like two other pizzerias in Lodi that can say the same. And not a lot of places, and not just in Jersey, but not a lot of places can say that because most pizzerias have changed ownership a few times. Yes, the name on the outside might be the same, but it has changed ownership numerous times. So I will pride myself like as many, and we've been through like recessions, we've been through COVID, we've been through huge up and downs in the economy, in between hurricane. We have been through it all, and like we're still standing.
Hmm.
So I think that in itself speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So we're clearly doing something right. And it's definitely not, what certain people want to focus on. Like we're doing something right. Has business changed in the last since during from COVID to now? Of course.
Hmm.
It's a lot of businesses have faced a lot of um like loss, a lot of just things going, especially the small businesses are definitely feeling it. Definitely feeling it. Like so many businesses, think about it, shut down during COVID. And the ones who did survive, survived. But now it's like the effects of COVID are affecting us now because everything has just gone up. So it's like you can't even, it's hard. It's hard to sustain.
Yeah.
But I think what sets us apart is we are the same people in the same place for this amount of years. So that in itself speaks volumes.
Beautiful. I agree with that. I wanted to say, do you ever think about expanding your franchise, or do you just prefer to keep it local and personal?
Keep it local and personal. I used to have two stores. One, this one, and I had a location in a town called Fairlawn. That was short lived. We had that for like 4 years. But my husband at the time was running that, and then I was running this, and then we had separated, and I had to sell it because I couldn't do both. It was literally making me insane because I
Mhm.
had my kids were younger at the time, and then he passed in 2014, so it was like it had to be sold. So no, I'm too old. I'm too old at this point. My kids, this is not the direction my kids are going in. So mm-mm.
And I assume, because it's a family-owned business, I'm assuming that like your son or one of your kids is gonna take over, like in the future.
My kids don't want it. My daughter, I have two kids, a daughter and a son. My son still works with me,
Mhm.
but my daughter owns her own like commercial trucking insurance business. Shout out to Nonstop Consulting.
Hey.
Um, she does insurance, she's a broker, she does dispatching, she sells trucks, so she's on her own thing. And my son still works with me 3 days a week. He makes pizzas for me. He says as long as I'm there, he's gonna help me. But he does his own thing. He works with her, and he does media as well. He does marketing. He does social media. So neither one of them. Like I always say to my son, like you don't want the business, and he's like, I see how you work. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with it. He's like, I saw the sacrifices that you made. He's like, I don't. They don't want it. So it stops at me.
um, it dies and ends with you. That's okay.
Yeah,
So it must be a lot of like not baggage, like must be a big weight to carry then, right? And I think
it is.
one of the things I noticed in this conversation is you're very um it's almost personal when people critique your
It
restaurant,
is
right?
personal. It is personal. And that's where I had to start like detaching from it being personal. But honestly, that's probably one of my biggest faults, my flaws, is like even when things happen at work or with an employee or whatever, I take it very personal. Because to me, it's like that's like my family.
Hmm.
I am with these people more than I am home in my own home with my own family. So it's like I take everything there very personal. And when people are coming, like I don't mind so much people. If you're gonna come at me, you're gonna come at me. Like I don't really care. But it's like don't come at my business, don't come at my food, and don't touch my kid.
Of
Like
course.
those are like three non-negotiables. You want to say what you want about me. I'm pretty secure in myself enough to know none of that is true.
Hmm.
So I'm cool with that. Like that's what you want to think. I don't know you. You're sitting behind a computer and you're talking. You don't know me. But they like my business is very personal. So like don't try and destroy my business nor my character because you want to make something up in your own head.
Exactly.
So yeah, I always tell my son, I'm like, this is like my kid. I feel like this is like a child to me. And he's like, but it's not, mom. I'm like, there's so much. history here and there's so many memories here and there's so much like I literally grew up here. Like you're talking about from 22 to 51. Like I did all my 20s, all my 30s, all my 40s there. It's crazy. But yeah, I do take it personal because it's like literally a part of my life. It's like a part of my identity. It's a part of my history.
Yeah, and it's beautiful because, I've known people who created a business from the ground up, and they treat it very, very like personal.
Personal.
And
Yeah.
and they kind of, not sure if this was with you too, but I've noticed that those people that created the business from the ground up, they tend to kind of like not hypnotize their kids, but like they try to like make sure they know this was something important. This was something that was hardworking. It took hours, sacrifice to make this business happen, and to have so much pride in something that is beautiful and special. I'm sure to you and your family, right? Um,
And I definitely know my kids respect that, which
mhm,
is and I think because I worked the way that I worked and I put in the time the way that I put in the time, my both of my kids have an entrepreneur mindset. B, they have a tremendous um like their work ethic is stellar. And my little one's only 23, so he's young still. And my older one, the same. Like their mindset and their work ethic is something that I'm super proud of because but I also think it came because they saw the amount of sacrifice that I had to put in there for them to make sure they were had everything that they needed at the
absolutely.
time. Unfortunately, that also required my time. So it's like the trade-off is your time and unfortunately you can't get that back, but I think they respect that and they respect my hustle. They respected what I did to make sure that they were always straight. Like both of them were forced to work at 12. Well, not forced, but
Uh-oh.
it was like all right, it's
Learn
time.
early. It's time to learn
Yeah,
early,
like you're coming to work. Like my older one, because always wanted to be out, so me and her dad used to make her come to work. And then my younger one started working at 12 because his dad passed, and he started coming to work on weekends because that's where he used to go on the weekends. And they've both been there for like years.
Wow.
So they grew up there, they were born there, they grew up there, and then they learned their work ethic there. And I have to say, if that business did anything, it created them for their next level in life.
Absolutely.
But would I ever force them to take it? No, because that's kind of how I felt like why I took it. So no, I wouldn't force them.
Did you
It's
feel
definitely
like
not something
that?
I would push on them.
Did you feel like it was something that was kind of forced upon? Because I asked this question a couple of times to people I interview. I like to know, do you feel like this career, this lifestyle was forced upon you, or was it something that you seeked yourself? And
Mm-mm.
for you, I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I got married really young. I was 21. I had my daughter at 22, and like me and my husband at the time, we were young. I was in college, but I stopped going because I was pregnant with my daughter, and he was always in the restaurant business. So the opportunity came up. My mom bought the pizzeria from my aunt and uncle for, I think, um, to give like my husband like direction to help us per se. And so we were there together. And then we had split up in the beginning of when I first had my daughter. So then I stayed there. And then I went back to college in the meantime and I finished my degree. And then me and him got back together and I finished my degree. Then I ended up getting pregnant with my son. It was just like always something was happening. And then I just always stayed more. And my mom would like stay home, watch my kids. So I would watch the business for her. And that's how I learned the business,
Hmm.
literally, because she was helping me with my kids. So I was running the business. And then he had his own things of being there, but not being there. And then it's like I was ready to leave. I actually have my degree in sociology, psychology. I was supposed to be a guidance counselor in school. And then another situation happened with him, and then we ended up buying the business. So then we split up, and it was like, okay, and now I have two kids to take care of. It's not time for me to go and search a career like of uncertainty. So it was like I knew what I was doing at that point there. I knew every aspect of the business, and it was kind of like, all right, well, you're just gonna have to make this work. And so I put my kids through school. Well, they neither one went to college, but like we did the whole high school. I did what I had to do. And now it's like I've been there forever. It's like a
Yeah.
lifetime. So it wasn't ever my choice to be there, but I did it so well and it worked so well for me through those years of navigating, still being a mom, still taking care of them, still supporting them, still running the business, and still being able to leave if I have to go pick them up or leave if I have to, handle something with them. It enabled me to bring them to school. So, as much as it was tough, it worked. It just worked.
Yeah.
And that's why I always stayed there. So, it was never my choice. And the crazy part is, when I was younger, I used to want to be a baker because I love to bake. And my mom used to be like, bakers work so many hours. And
Mhm.
I'm like, look at the business that she put me in. like, like, so yeah. So that's why I would never like whatever they want to do, as long as it's, an honest way of living and, you know, you're happy, do what you want. Like I would never force them to be there.
Yeah. It's funny because, it sounds like you have so much, like you're so constantly busy, whether it's the business,
Mhm.
being a mom, being a mom is a job in itself,
Mhm.
how do you balance that out with everything? Is it something that you've figured out recently, or is this something you're still trying to figure out?
Um, you know what? Thankfully, I had my mom to help me with my kids. I have a two-family home, so my mom lives downstairs, so it was very easy. Um, in that sense, because there was someone always home. My mother was always there for them. As for balance, I definitely don't have balance.
Okay.
like
At least you're honest.
I see my kids. I mean, my daughter doesn't live home anymore. My son still lives in the family home, but he lives downstairs. Um, it's like I see him at work, so that's where we see each other. And my daughter, I'll see like once or twice a week. She comes here, but that is definitely now that my kids are in a stable position and they're kind of like doing their own thing. It's now where I have to start learning balance, and I my balance is terrible because it's like all about work, and it's like if I'm not working, I don't know what to do with myself. It's an insane. It's definitely insane.
Do you ever feel like when you're not working and if you're not like doing something related to the business that you kind of feel like something's missing in your life, or maybe you're
Of-
like,
Absolutely. It became
wow,
my identity. And
wow.
like like I was out to dinner like a few weeks ago with my daughter, and like we were talking about this whole thing, like the business and this and that. And I said, it is literally my identity. And I have to learn like who it's like a lot of moms go through this, like when they're stay at home moms or even just moms in general.
Hmm.
Like you dedicate so much of your life to raising your kids that your whole identity is just being a mom. And then like your kids get older and they're out doing their own thing. At that point, like you don't even know who you are as a woman because you've just been a mom for so many years. And I went through that with my kids. Because it was like I was a wife, I was a mom, and a business owner. Like so my identity, I don't even know who I am anymore. It's like I don't even know what I like outside of work.
Hmm.
Because my world is so revolved around work. And it's definitely something that I've promised myself that I had to start, working on because I literally don't even know who I am anymore at this point.
Yeah. Is that something that you are like? Is that something you
Yeah.
really want to do? Like, try to find
Yeah.
yourself. Like, if someone
Yeah.
asked you, "What do you like to do for fun?" Like, what would you say?
Like it's crazy. That's the crazy part. Like I don't even know. Like
Wow.
my idea is fun is like we'll go and get something to eat and like listen to good music. Like R&B is my favorite music. Like we'll listen to R&B. Like that's a nice night for me, but it's like I don't even know what I want to do to have fun. Cuz it's
Wow.
either if I'm home, I'm exhausted, so I want to
Mhm.
sleep, or I want to at least rest. I don't want to do anything. So it's kind of like you got to refigure out who you are because I got married really young. So my identity became wife, mom, and then worker. So, and then I had another child. So it was like, okay, so we're mom again to a small child. It's like you lose your identity completely, but now it's like they're set. And now it's like my identity is wrapped around this place. So I think that's why it's very personal to me.
Mhm.
So that is definitely something that I'm working on, trying to kind of refine myself. Because again, it's like I'm 51. I was 21 when I got married, and
Mhm.
then literally 6 months later into this business. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny because there's never really like an age gap. Some people think that, oh, by the time you're 50, you should already know who you are and whatnot. But it's
Yeah, you're definitely not.
no, that does
But it's I think that's the same principle as like when at 18 you're supposed to choose what career you're
exactly.
going.
Yeah.
Like to me that's insane. Like these kids are in high school and they're finishing high school. Like how are they going to know what they're supposed to want to do for the rest of their life? Because
Mhm.
most people like you don't realize each stage of your life how much you change. Like I'm not the same person I was when I was 40.
Mhm.
And I'm definitely not the same person I was when I was in my 30. And I'm definitely not the same person I was in my 20s. You evolve, you change. Like your likes and your dislikes change. Like who you are at your core and your character is still the same. I believe that to be true. Like your character of who you are is still the same, but so many aspects of your life and what like your non-negotiables and your negotiables are completely different,
Yeah.
and what you would tolerate, what you wouldn't tolerate, like all of that changes. And that's just life experience, I think, teaches you how to change certain situations. Like I've had major loss in my life. Like I lost my dad really young. I was 15. My kid's dad passed, he was 39, and then I lost my brother 5 years ago, and
I'm
he was
sorry.
50. So it's like I've lost major key component people in my life. So each loss changes you. Like you become a whole different version of yourself. Um like when I lost my brother 5 years ago, literally right before COVID, and then COVID shut everything down, it was definitely a time in my life that I had to like reflect and say, you know, if this was my last day, would I be happy with how like, what I was doing in my life? And I had to really like say like no, because I don't really do anything for myself. So I that was like a time where I started, focusing more on myself, going out a little bit more and refocusing life, because life changes like that.
Mhm.
And like my brother died in 5 days. My dad died in 5 days, and my kid's dad died literally overnight. So like those aren't things you prepare yourself for. So like life is really precious, and it's like we waste so much of it by sitting in this
Cycle of
this
like there's a loop,
cycle.
right?
Yeah, it's like a
Mhm.
loop, and it's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And that's when you kind of got to reflect. So like that's definitely what this year has been for me, a year of reflection. And I'm like, all right, I have to start figuring out who I am, like where I'm going, like what's the next step. And I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure
But
you
again, a lot of my identity is wrapped up into that place.
absolutely. I got that kind of leads to my next question. What keeps you fulfilled? Is it the growth, the community, the hustle, or is it something else entirely?
Um, what keeps me fulfilled? I'm definitely a people pleaser. I think sometimes to my detriment, but it makes me happy when someone like is happy leaving us.
Mhm.
Like they had a good experience. They're happy with the food. They talk good about us. They'll refer me, and again, like my places are very like, a lot of times people aren't like, oh, we're gonna go to Napoli's. They're gonna be like, oh, we're going by Connie's. Kind of like it's my house, you know? So I like that though. That makes me feel good. Does it fulfill me? I don't know if it's fulfillment, but it definitely does make it, sometimes makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
Like all the behind the scenes of crap that goes on, and then like that happens, and it's just kind of like, all right, you know, that makes me happy. So that's definitely a part of it. Like I like to know that something I'm doing is impacting someone in a positive way.
Yeah, and
And whether it be something so small,
mhm.
but I like that.
What's the most meaningful comment or message you've ever received from a customer or maybe even a follower?
Um My favorite comments from my followers, and I get a lot of them, and people like literally will say, you know, like we really respect not just your hustle, like you're a really cool person, like you're a really genuine person, like we love your energy. Like those are probably for me like the top tier comments, like compliments. Like I love when people love my energy. I love when people realize like I'm a real down to earth person. Um you're cool to talk. Like I like when people tell me that you're really cool to talk to. You're you know, you're a really good person. You're like, those are compliments for me. Like how I look or how you feel I look, like I can care less, cuz looks fade, and like
Mhm.
makeup and clothes does wonders. But like if you genuinely see beyond me, and like you see me at my core, and like my energy, and like how, you know, I if anyone comes to me, and you're part of my life, my circle, I will do anything to help you. If I can have it in my power to help you, I will help you with no questions asked and no strings attached. I don't help to get something in return. I genuinely will help because if I can, I will. So those are probably what mean the most to me. That people will genuinely there are people who genuinely come to me just to vent, and then once they leave, they feel better. Like, if that made you feel better, you know, and I could help you by just listening, you know, you'd be amazed that some people don't even have anyone to listen to them. So
Yeah,
it's like those little things mean a lot to me. It's definitely more than money. Like, you can come and give me like $1,000 or $5,000, and then like go behind my back and talk about me. Like that money means nothing to me.
yeah,
But you can go behind my back and talk really highly about me. That means more to me than like I'll ever know. And another thing that probably I can say is the thing that means the most to me, when I get compliments about my kids, of how they turned out to be adults, how they are, you know, how respectful they are, and everything else. That speaks volumes to me, because that is like was my biggest job. And if I did that correctly, then I'm okay.
that's beautiful. I love that, and I've seen a couple of the clips of your kid, or at least your son.
My
You know,
son.
yeah, I think he's mostly in the videos, right?
Yeah.
And the way he carries himself, though, I could tell that he loves
A
you, and he,
good, yeah, he's a
just
really good kid. Thank God. God blessed me with two really good kids, and they've been through it. Life circumstances has definitely hit us, but they are real humble, good people, good hearts, good soul people. So thank God. Like that is my biggest blessing, and that is my biggest reward in all of this.
yeah,
Like this, all of this, every struggle, every tear, every tiredness, every cut, every burn, everything is worth it, knowing that they turned out to be really good human beings. Like that is my biggest goal. I don't
absolutely.
care if they went to school, didn't go to school, like whatever path they're on, that is my biggest like reward. How they both turned out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what do you want Napoli to be? Oh, how do you? Sorry, what do you want Napoli pizza to represent 10 years from now?
Um, I would like it to. remain the same in the sense of Napoli Pizza was a place where kids came after school, they had their slice of pizza. It was a family place. They walked in, they felt like home, they felt like a home away from home. It was like their go-to home spot where they knew that they would go there and they're recognized just for being, you know, someone from the town, not because they have a title or they, they're financial class, just because they're them and they're a customer. That homey feeling they feel when they come into my place.
That's awesome. And uh, my last couple questions for you. I wanted to know what advice you would give to other small business owners who are trying to reach, maybe not the same level of attention as you, but the same level of like success of trying to brand their restaurant or whatever they
Like,
got going on.
don't give up. There's so many times that I had wanted to give up. I wanted just to finish. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. Don't give up. Like, don't give up. If it's something that really means a lot to you, don't give up. Just keep doing what you're doing. And if you can stay as authentic to yourself as possible. Like, don't change who you are to try and fit in, because the right people are going to find you exactly who you are. Like, your people are going to align to you, your people are going to show up for you. Your customers will show up for you because there's always someone who's looking for something. But if it's coming off as inauthentic or not real, people feel that. People feel that energy. Like, just be who you are. Like, every day is not a good day. There's days that I'm not the nicest person, or I'm not the most happy person, or I'm not the most, you know, warm person, but people don't fault me for that. And there are people who will, not be happy about them. It's because they don't know me. So they're not my people. And that's how really I have to just look at it. Like, if you don't get the right energy from me, it's just you're not my people. But my people who know me, who know enough about me that, like, they're gonna be concerned, like, oh, how's everything? Everything's okay. Like, so just never, like, just always be yourself. That's my best advice. And do not give up. If that's something that means that much to you, and that business is something that means that much to you, do not give up. Like, because you never know, like, that 100th failure, that 101 might be your success. Like, just don't give up.
Yeah, I love that answer so much. What's I wanted to ask also, what's next for you? Do you have any plans in the future in regard to Napoli pizza? You know,
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. That's, I think, what I'm taking this year to really reflect on. Like, what's next for me? Like, is me stepping back a little bit next for me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
because I know
But,
you
like,
have your. I'm sorry. Go
that
ahead.
is definitely what I'm focused on at this point. What is my next step?
Yeah, because I know that you have a podcast as well, right?
I
That you do,
do. I do. I've
and
just been working so much that I haven't been able to record the podcast.
I see. Dang, busy woman. You got to keep, adding more stuff, in your
Yeah.
life.
My
But
plate is pretty full, but it's like I try.
no, I get that. And one thing I wanted to commend you on is you definitely are very authentic, and I feel, are in a day and age of women that are missing nowadays. Someone that isn't afraid to just be herself, and
Hmm.
either accept me for who I am. I'm not gonna just change who I
Hmm.
am to please other people. Even though you say you are a
Absolutely.
people pleaser, but
I'm
it's
a
not the
people
same
pleaser,
level.
but not that way. No, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Like, if you don't like me, that's okay. Like, you don't have to like. You're not, and not everyone's gonna like me. I'm not going to be everyone's um cup of tea. Like,
Hmm.
some might like coffee, some might like matcha. Like, I'm not going to be for everyone, but I am going to be as authentic as I am. I cannot fake it for anyone. Like, my best friend tells me that, because sometimes people are like, oh my God, Connie's so nice. But sometimes, like, when you see her, like, she looks like she's just not, she don't want to talk. My best friend, like, she is the nicest, meanest person like you'll ever know. Like, you just gotta get to know her. Like, I don't really let people. I'll be real, I'll be respectful to you, but like I gotta make sure I feel you as a good person, and that's when like I will let you into my
Yeah,
world.
you
Because
gotta
my
get
world is like,
comfortable with them.
yeah, like my world is really like
Chaotic.
important to me. Yeah, like and
Hmm.
like my people are very important to me. So
Beautiful.
I don't just let anyone in.
Yeah, as you
So
shouldn't, because not everyone's
no.
worth that
Mm,
vulnerability or to see that side of you. You know what I mean?
yeah, no.
Where kind of last question for you: where can people follow you and support you?
All right, so you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Napoli Pizza Lodi, Napoli Pizza Lodi, Lodi, and the same on TikTok. I think all the handles are the same. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, follow us all. I usually go live on TikTok, but I'm banned right now
What?
for a week. Yeah. Oh
You?
wait, ask me why. Ask me why they banned me.
Why did they
So I
ban
was
you?
I was on live, right?
Because I
And he
commented on you on live last week or the week before to ask you for the interview, and like,
Oh, you did?
yeah, I did. I was the one that was
Did I
like,
answer?
you did. You were like, Anthony, just DM
Oh,
me
okay.
on Instagram, and that's what I
Oh,
did.
okay. Well, someone was saying like I have crazy. If you follow me on TikTok, you see so I have some crazy people. Someone was talking about like paying me for a foot picture. I'm like, sure, how much? They banned me. Like I was like I was joking
Yeah.
along with that stupid comment,
Hmm.
and they banned me. I'm like, oh my! I'm like, are these people crazy?
Yeah, TikTok
So
is
yeah,
annoying.
yeah,
You could just
and
say the
everyone's
most like randomest
stupid.
things,
Yeah,
right?
that's what they said. So I'll be back on Sunday. So that if you guys want to catch me live, I'm usually live on TikTok. I don't know why I don't go live a lot on Instagram, but TikTok is usually where I go live. Um, so yeah, follow us, follow the page, comment, share, subscribe, do it all.
Perfect.
And you can find me on YouTube if you want to check out my older podcast. We will be back though. It's called Connie and Tyra's Diner Podcast. It's on YouTube. There's like 16 videos, I think. So go check it out. You'll definitely learn more about me because those are pretty raw as well. And that's it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time, Connie.
Thank
And
you.
I'm definitely once next time I'm in Jersey, I'm definitely gonna pass by, support your
For
business.
sure. For sure. It was
Absolutely.
nice being on this.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.